And welcome back, everybody. I want to thank Melvin Jones for coming in for us the last game. A great game there. Ottawa University out of Arizona knocking off Houston Victoria in extra innings 8-7. Now we got the host school, the Saints, the OLLU Saints, up here against Bellevue. Bellevue got the victory against the Saints last night. And 6-5 holding off that one. That's a grounder as Angela Ramirez gives off a leadoff single to Bellevue. Here in the top half of the first inning. So as Kidman gets aboard there, and that'll bring up Marcella Egan to the plate. Angela Ramirez's first pitch. It's going to be low and in there for a ball. 1-0 the count. Saints defensively in the outfield. Kenna Kennedy at right field. Madison Nudd at center. Luna's over in left in the infield. Gonzalez at first. Campos second. Estrada at short. Moreno over at third. Elizondo behind the plate catching this one. That's going to be a pitch for a strike. 1-1 the count. And in the circle, Angela Ramirez. Ramirez a 3.0 earned run average. Got the victory game 1, 8 strikeouts, 7 innings pitched. That's going to be in for a strike as well there. That's going to be 1-2 now the count on Egan. Egan 500 on the year, 5 RBIs, a home run, and 636 on base percentage. Bellevue, after dropping the first game yesterday, that's going to pop there off the glove of Estrada and into first base. It's going to be Egan, so runners now aboard at first and second and nobody out. As Ashley Young, the right fielder, now coming up to the plate. But Bellevue dropped their first game yesterday against Houston Victoria. They came back with a victory against Our Lady Lake in the last game, and then today the rematch with Houston Victoria came away with a big win, 15-7, as the Bats came alive in a big way in that one. So 2-1 now on the season. Our Lady Lake 1-1 on the year. Got the victory in the first game yesterday of this OLLU Nationwide Classic with the victory over Ottawa University 5-3, and then dropping the game last night in the nightcap 6-5. That's set high up in the air to left. Luna over it, able to bring it down. One away. As Young got well under that one, and she sent a moonshot straight up to left field. So Emily Rockford now coming up to the plate now. Rockford had a big game against Houston Victoria earlier. First pitch there is going to be a ball, 1-0 the count to Rockford. Rockford went 1 for 4, scored 2 runs, had a double, had an RBI. She had 2 RBIs as she reached also one time on an error, and that's sit back and fouled out of play. The count goes 1-1 there for Rockford. Rockford 2 for 7 here in this OLLU Nationwide Classic. A couple of hits and 3 RBIs. Lord Russell in the on-deck circle. 2 aboard, 1 out. As Ramirez out there, picked up by Moreno over to first. 2 down now. Just beating out Rockford. Rockford doing the job of advancing the runners to second and third now with 2 outs here. In this top half of the first inning. The new renovated, still some work to do though, but looking beautiful OLLU softball stadium here. Coach Bruce Lennon doing a Littleton doing a great job here since he's come along and making lots of improvements here. And that's going to be a ball, 1-0 the count there. So it's a pitch there, 2-0 the count. Two balls, no strikes. That's in there for a strike. Of course, Bruce Liddington coming in here. He's a assistant coach at Michigan State, the Spartans. Or taking the job down here in South Texas, here in San Antonio. That's up high. Ball, 3-1 the count. Brought a new attitude to the team. And a lot of excitement here for the program. That's it towards the gap, and it's going to be against the wall. None. 1 run scores. 2 runs are going to score. And so a 2 RBI double there for Russell, as Russell picks up RBI 5 and 6 on the season.
Number 16, Amanda Placek.
So Amanda Placek coming up to the plate here. Now for Bellevue. Placek, a freshman from Omaha, Nebraska. Mercy High School. Sends that one foul over the right side. And so, like yesterday, Bellevue jumping out here at the top half of the first inning on the Saints. And the Saints are going to have to play catch up again. No balls, 1 strike here to Placek. Hitless so far this season. Now it's going to be low and away ball. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Placek went 0 for 1 yesterday against Our Lady of the Lake. As the Saints, as she came in at a pinch hit, and that's going to find a way, going to find a first hit of the year there. Misplayed by Nunn in center field. Coming around to score and sliding in safe at second. Placek, and it's 3-0. And that's going to bring up Ellie Blymaster, the sophomore from Lincoln, Nebraska, coming up to the plate here. As Elizondo will head over to the circle to talk Angelina Ramirez. Angelina Ramirez had a fantastic junior college career at Trinity Valley. But has struggled here early on in this one. That's popped straight up in the air. Underneath it is Estrada to get it 3 away. Now before they get 3 runs across, they will leave 1 aboard. Head to the bottom half of the first. Saints get their first at bat. Try to answer back. You're watching the OLLU Nationwide Classic on the OLLU Saints Network. And welcome back, folks. OLLU Nationwide Classic. Emily Rockford in the circle for Bellevue. She pitched 3 innings yesterday. And Pitched 3 innings, earned run average 4.67. That was against Houston Victoria. Gave up 2 runs, both of them earned. Struck out 3, didn't give up a walk. For the career for the seniors, he's 4-13 overall in 105 2/3 innings with a career 331 earned run average with 56 strikeouts, 36 walks. Coming up here on this one as Kaylee Luna leading things off for the Saints. The first pitch, 1 ball, no strike. Luna, Nunn, Gonzalez, Montgomery in the cleanup spot. Moreno, Campos, Kennedy, Elizondo, and Estrada ending things off for the Saints. And fielding now for Bellevue, right field Young, center field Montero, Egan out in left. And that's going to be a ball 2-0 the count here to Luna. Arnold over at first base, Kidman at second, Leimeister at short, Russell's going to be at third. Halgard is going to be behind the plate, and Rockford in the circle for the Bruins, who have the 3-0 lead here. And that's going to be a called strike, 2-1 here to Luna. Luna 333 on the season now. Is Kaylee getting a shot here at the leadoff spot. She was 1 for 3 and scored a run against Bellevue yesterday. That's going to be grounded foul. That'll even up the count, 2 balls apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes apiece there. Maddie Nunn in the on-deck circle. So Kaylee Luna. And up here, the freshman from Converse, Texas. The Judson High School graduate. With a 2-2 count. Sends Outwood right over to Rockford in the circle. Over to first. 1 away. And now Maddie Nunn makes her way to the plate. Maddie right now 500 on the season. She is 3 of 6 batting. Has scored 2 runs, a couple of doubles, 2 RBIs, and a walk. She was just she struggled a bit, 1 of 4 against Bellevue yesterday. That's going to be inside, scooting out of the way there on the little hop on the one leg there was Maddie. So 1 ball, no strikes here. As Rockford. And that's going to be sent out and a base hit there for Maddie Nunn. Picking up her 4th hit of the season now. She's got a couple of singles and a couple of doubles now. That will help the batting average. Joanna Gonzalez now coming up to the plate. Gonzalez batting .667 here this year so far. She's got a 1.33 slugging percentage. As she's 4 of 6 with a home run and 3 RBIs. And that first pitch she watches out there for a strike and would have won the count to Joanna Gonzalez. The junior out of San Benito, Texas. And they're going to be they say that Maddie Nunn led off. They said that she led off there, so she's going to be out. So, 2 away now. And Coach Bruce Lennington. So no count, so no strikes here. So it's 0-0. So Coach Bruce Lennington, not heard him get that loud before. That's set up high in the air. Coming around there is Montero. Montero brings it in, and 3 away they go. Base runner taken away. Questionable call over at first, and that'll do it. We'll go to the second. 3-0 Bellevue with the lead over the Saints. You're watching the OLLU Nationwide Classic on the OLLU Saints Network. Welcome back, everybody. Top of the second inning coming up. Saints trailing 3-0 to Bellevue here.
The second inning.
The 2021 OLLU Nationwide Classic. As leading off for the Bruins, Kelsey Arnold. So Arnold, Montero, and Kinman do up for the Bruins here in the top half of the second inning. So Angela Ramirez, first pitch inside, ball 1-0 the count. Arnold, 222 hitter with an RBI this season. She went 0 for 3 against the Saints yesterday. Looks at the ball there. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Big first game, though, today against Houston Victoria. She went 2 for 4 and scored a run and drove a run in. So the 2-0 pitch. Called strike there, catching the edge of the plate. The count 2-1 now to Arnold. Arnold, a freshman from Newbury Park, California. Swings and misses at that one, 2-2. Newbury Park High School. And that's fouled away. Newbury Park just up from Thousand Oaks on 101. On the 101 there. And 2 balls and 2 strikes a count. And swings and misses. Now the big strikeout there for Ramirez. And 1 away here in the top half of the second. So Maya Montero coming up to the plate. Montero, a freshman from Corona, California, Centennial High School. One of 4 players from California on this team, and that's Montero able to get on there.
Number 8, Caitlin Kinman.
As Montero picking up her first hit of the season. Getting on base there. Reached on an error a couple times in the previous game against Houston Victoria. So runner first with 1 out. And Kidman at the plate. Looks at the first pitch for a ball, 1-0 the count. Caitlin Kidman, senior from Omaha. Bellevue East High School. 1-0 count here. And that's up and away, 2-0. She gets ahead in the count from Ramirez. So early on in the season, opponents hitting .333 against Ramirez, who has 9 strikeouts this year and 8 in the third innings pitched. Runner goes, throw to second, got her. So Montero tried to steal, and that's going to be 2 down now. And 3-0 the count to Kidman. Kidman singled to left back in the first inning, scored a run. And Maricela Egan in the on-deck circle. Kidman went 2 for 4 yesterday, scored twice against the Saints, so she scored 3 times now in 2 games against the Saints, and she'll walk there, get over the first base. As Egan coming back up. Egan 1 for 1 and has scored. And that's fouled back. No balls, 1 strike. That's going to be inside there. Even up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike on Egan. 556 this year, Egan, with a home run, 5 RBIs. That's popped straight up in the air. Going to bring it in, and that's going to do it. 3 out. They'll leave 1 aboard. We'll head to the bottom half second. Saints still trailing by 3. You're watching the OLLU Nationwide Classic on the OLLU Saints Network. And welcome back. Gonna have a pitching change here. That's why the delay. Not sure why the change. Emily Rockford coming out. After a long discussion with the coaches over there with Bellevue, she's coming out. Coming in is going to be the sophomore from Bellevue, Nebraska, number 17, Lauren Urick, who came in, picked up the loss in the game against Houston Victoria yesterday. Finishing up her warm-ups. This is Ariel Montgomery to lead things off for the Saints. It's Montgomery, Moreno, and Campos due up here in this bottom half of the second. Ariel Montgomery, tough start here the first couple of games for her. hitless so far. She did reach base against Ottawa yesterday on a walk. It's over 6 so far on the season.
Leading off for the Saints in the second inning,
Ottawa.
designated hitter number 16, Ariel Montgomery.
Ariel Montgomery, the junior from Castroville, Texas, and Medina Valley High School. Stepping up to the plate here as Urick sets up. So Urick, first pitch, there's a strike, 0-1 the count. Urick 7 innings pitched yesterday. 2 strikeouts. It's a season earned run average right now of 7. And opponent's hitting .333 against her from that game. And quickly 2 strikes right off the bat for her. Ariel Montgomery finds herself behind to the count, 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes. And reaching for that one. And making the catch is Arnold. 1 away. And showing a little lack of patience there a little bit on that one. Kind of went after that after looking at the first 2 called strike. Just need to settle down a little bit. As Yulisa Moreno now up for the Saints. Moreno looks the first pitch there. Ball 1-0 the count. Moreno. Sophomore from Austin, Atkins High School. Transfer UT Arlington. They're from the Metroplex area. That's going to be as Gus has made a visit to the Bellevue bench area. Gus, the resident dog here. Ball up and away, 2-0. Coach Liddington found him. He's hanging around the ballpark. Then he started living. He found out that he was sleeping in the dugout. Coach made him a doghouse, put some hay in there. And then after a while, he started going home with Coach every night. So, a new member of the Liddington family, Gus. And fouled back, 3-1. Now the count there for Moreno. Moreno 500 on the year, the average. And she was 1 of 2 against Bellevue yesterday. And that's popped straight up in the air. Kinnaman calling for it. Just off the infield. Pulls it down, 2 down. 2 up, 2 down. That will bring up Eileen Campos coming up to the plate. So Campos, a sophomore from Robstown. Early college, Robstown High School, and a transfer Coastal Bend. First pitch strike, 0-1 there from Urick. No balls, 1 strike. And slow roller foul. And the count goes 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Campos sends it up, coming over and dropping it there, Montero. So the error will allow Campos to reach first. And that is going to bring up Kenna Kennedy now to the plate.
Right fielder number 24, Kenna Kennedy.
So Kenna Kennedy 1 for 4 so far this season. She was 1 of 2 and scored a run against Bellevue yesterday. Good chance here, and fouls it back. And the count 0-1 now on Kennedy. Kennedy, a senior from Frost, Texas, and a Mountain View College transfer. And the 0-1 pitch, and that's going to be up. Runner goes and safe on the steal there from Campos. So runner in scoring position now with a 1-1 count on Kennedy. Saints trailing 3-0 here in the bottom half of the second inning to Bellevue. The Bruins out of the North Star Athletic Association. Picked to finish second in that conference this year behind Dickinson State. That's going to find its way to right field. Campos rounding third on her way home and safe. So an RBI, number 1 on the year for Kennedy. And the Saints are on the board, trailing now 3-1. With 2 outs here at the bottom of the second. So 2 out RBI single for Kennedy.
Number 20, Abby Elizondo.
So that's going to bring up Abigail Elizondo, the freshman out of San Antonio Stevens High School. Step up here with a runner now at first and 2 outs. Saints trailing by 2 now. Elizondo representing the tied run. Sends that foul down the third base side at the count 0-1 now. First at bat for a collegiate career. There's an 0-1 count coming. And the pitch. Rips it, going to find its way to left field. So the 2-out hitting starting to pick up here for the Saints. So they got 2 aboard now. And that is going to bring up Jennifer Estrada. So Jennifer Estrada, a junior out of El Paso. Socorro High School. Steps up to the plate here. With the top of the order in the on-deck circle. And right down the bottom of the order is hitting like there, the top of the order. That's going to be down there, but sharply hit the short Blymeister, able to control it, sends it to the first, and that'll do it. Saints get 1 across. They will leave 2 aboard. And we'll head to the top half of the third inning. Saints trailing 3-1. You're watching the OLLU Nationwide Classic on the OLLU Saints Network. And welcome back, everybody. It's Ashley Young to lead things off for Bellevue. Young fly to left, back in the first. Looks at the first pitch there from Ramirez. It's going to be a ball, 1-0 the count. 417 hitter on the year with an RBI is Young. And a 1-0 count here from Ramirez. High up in the air. Nunn steps back, looks towards the track over her head. Going to reach the wall. Went a second. Nice throw from Nunn, but not going to be there quite in time. So runner at second now with a leadoff double here at the top of the third inning. So a runner in scoring position right away for Bellevue as Lauren Yurkin, the pitcher, coming in now. Or Urick. Looks at the pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 the count to Urick. So Urick, her first at-bat of the season. Coming up here. It's going to be a courtesy runner, looks like, coming in. As Ashley Young is coming off for maybe, or she's, yep, there will be. So coming in is going to be Emily Mendick, the junior out of La Vista, Nebraska.
Running at second base, number 7, Emily Mendick.
Or La Vista, Nebraska. No balls, 1 strike. Runner at second, nobody out here. So Ramirez will be working here. That's popped up, coming over. And taking that one in there, Moreno with 1 out.
Number 23, Lauren Russell.
So Lauren Russell now coming up to the plate. The freshman utility player from Denver, Colorado. Erie High School. Comes up with 1 out, runner at second. It's Angela Ramirez, the junior. The pitch there, ball 1-0 the count. The Converse, Texas native. Again, transfer from Trinity Valley College. She had quite the career there. This will be Grouter over to first, picked up by Gonzalez. Gonzalez will make the tag. And so, coming back to second as causing the delay there. So,
number 16, Amanda Placek.
So Amanda Placek coming. As Russell tried to cause a delay there, Gonzalez makes a tag there. So they'll send Mendick back to second base. 2 outs here. So an out away from getting into trouble. Any more trouble here. It's Placek first pitch away, ball. 1-0 the count. Placek, freshman from Omaha, Mercy High School. And the ball there, 2-0. There's 2 balls, no strikes. And that's inside, ball 3-0. With 2 outs and a runner at second. With Ellie Blymeister on deck. Ball 4. Walker on 4 pitches, so runner at first and second now with 2 outs. Ellie Blymeister coming up to the plate here, the shortstop. 0 for 1. She went 2 for 3 and scored 3 runs against the Saints yesterday. 1 for 5. Scored a couple of runs against Houston Victoria today. 250 now on the season. The 0-1. Has to be just inside, ball 1-1 the count here. The Blumeister. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here from Ramirez. That's popped up in the air. Coming over and poorly communicated there in the outfield. It's going to bring another run across, make it 4-1. As Madison Nunn called off Kenna Kennedy when Kenna Kennedy probably should have been the one making that catch. As they're both talking about it, but I believe Madison Nunn made the mistake of calling off Kennedy. Kennedy should have been the one to make that catch instead of Nunn coming all the way over from center. But mute point now, 4-1 the score. 2 outs, runners at second and third. The Saints kind of suffering from the same issues as Houston Victoria pitchers did earlier. And that going to come off Elizondo and the home plate umpire. 0-2 the count here on Arnold. As Arnold struck out swinging back in the second inning. Batting 200 on the year. And the 0-2 pulled foul. Snowballs, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch from Rubedes away, 1-2. Trying to get Arnold to chase after that one. Montero in the on-deck circle for the Bruins. Up high ball, 2-2. Evens up the count. One more game here today. Saints will stay on the field. Say we'll take on the Spirit of Ottawa University out of Arizona. From Surprise, Arizona. Who surely surprised Houston Victoria in their 2 games they played this weekend. And strike 3 on that one.
Bellevue.
Bottom half of the third coming up. Saints need some work to do as they're back down by 3, 4-1. You're watching the OLLU Nationwide Classic on the OLLU Saints Network.
2.5.
Welcome back. Bottom half of the third inning. Top of the order back up for the Saints. As Kaylee Luna, the freshman, who grounded out to the circle her last time up. 286 now on the season. Comes in there against Urick. And puts the button, fouled back there. 0-1 the count to Luna. As Luna, Nunn, and Gonzalez do up here in the bottom of the third inning. Say it's a good job of getting some 2-out hitting last inning, but some early on hitting would be great here. It's 1 ball, 1 strike the count. But Bellevue has been quite impressive this weekend after coming back from that early loss in the first game to Houston Victoria, winning the last two. And trying to close out their day with a perfect 2-0 day. And that's going to be a ball. We count 3-1. They'll be back tomorrow. They will play Ottawa and Our Lady of the Lake tomorrow. And the walk there, as Luna will now be on first base with nobody out.
Center fielder, number 3, Madison
So Madison Nunn now coming up to the plate. Maddie Nunn, 1 for 1, singled her first time up. Then was called, saying that she had left before the ball left the pitcher's hand when leading off there. And that's fouled back. And 0-1 the count there on Nunn. Maddie now 571 on the year, 2 RBIs, with .625 on base percentage. There's Urich setting up here. Make sure you follow the Saints on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Use the hashtag OLLU Softball. It's a bunt down, right to Urich. Urich throws over the first, and a close place at first, and they're going to call her out. So 1 down, runner advances to second. Some more information on Saints activities, go to the website, www.ollusaintsathletics.com, as Joanna Gonzalez comes up to the plate. Joanna, the junior from San Benito, 0 for 1. As time called by Gonzalez. Joanna picking up a home run yesterday to center field. Went up here, 0 for 1 fly to center here. That's popped up, going to drop and go foul, and the count evens 1 ball, 1 strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike here to Gonzalez. And fly to center back in the first inning, 0 for 1. Behind the plate for both games yesterday. Getting a bit of a break here today, going over to first base, and that's fouled off as Ariel Montgomery taking on the DP duties. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Gonzalez with the aforementioned Ariel Montgomery on deck. 1 out, runner at second is Luna. And Urich steps on the rubber. Wind up delivery, up and away, out of the zone. Nice eye there, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Thought about going after that one, but held off. Showing a little patience. Something the Saints batters haven't shown a lot of this weekend. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one sends that back to center. Underneath, though, is Montero, who brings it down. And tagging and going to third with 2 outs will be Luna. That will bring up Ariel Montgomery. Saints trailing 4-1 here in the bottom half of the third inning.
Ariel Montgomery.
And Montgomery sends that. It's lined right to Blemeister, and that will do it for the third. Saints will leave a runner at third, and we will head to the fourth inning. Saints trailing 4-1. You're watching the OLLU Nationwide Classic on the OLLU Saints Network. And welcome back. 4-1 Bellevue with the lead over the Saints here in the top half of the fourth inning. It's Maya Montero, bottom of the order, leading things off. Then back to the top of the order with Kidman and Egan. Montero singled back of the second inning, her first hit of the 2021 season. And going to send that one foul over the right field side. The count 0-1 here to Montero. Maya Montero, out of Corona, California, freshman. No balls, one strike, and the pitch there. That's the center. Madison Nunn waits for it, gets it one away. Top of the order back up now. That's Caitlin Kidman now coming up to the plate. So Kidman coming up to the plate here with one out. And the pitch from Ramirez catches the corner of the plate there, strike, and the count goes 0-2. Or 0-1, sorry to Kidman. Just getting ahead of myself, looking into the future. Possibly. As she proves me wrong, probably here in a second. And she will. Single to left field. Runner aboard now with one out.
Number 19,
As Adesela Egan coming up to the plate here. As Egan 1 for 2 and has scored a run. Steps up here with Ramirez. That's going to be a check. Swing foul. 0-1 the count there to Egan. Singled in the first, popped up to the catcher back in the second inning. Batting .500 on the year with a home run, 5 RBIs, a .615 on base percentage. And the 0-1 count coming. Off the plate there, ball 1-1. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. It's Ramirez. And that'll be a ball. 2-1 the count. They're on Egan. No, actually going to be a strike called there. It's 1-2. As they say, I caught the bat there. Thought it went off the glove. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And swing and a miss, strike 3.
Number 22.
So strikeout number 3 now for Ramirez and number 11 on the season. Yes. It's Ashley Young now coming up to the plate. Who's 1 for 2. That gets away as Kidman will head to second now with 2 outs. There's 1 ball, no strike to count. They're on Ashley Young. That's a ball up high, 2-0 the count. So 2 balls, no strikes. So 3-0 the count. Or 2-1 the count. To Young. The runner at second and 2 outs here. That'll be a ball, 3-1 the count. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here at the top of the 4th inning, a 4-1 lead for Bellevue. Got a piece of it now, 3-2. Count full. As Urick in the on-deck circle for the Bruins. Angela Romedes with the pitch, and that's going to be fouled out of play. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes. And 2 outs here. And again, fouled back. So 3-2. And the second game between these two. They will play again tomorrow morning. Around 11:15 or so, 11:30. Ball 4 now, 2 aboard with 2 outs, and that'll bring Urick up to the plate. It's Lauren Urick, who's 0 for 1. Steps up with runners at first and second. 2 away. And that's going to head over, and Madison Nod diving, making the catch. And 3 away. They'll leave 2 aboard. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Saints still trailing 4-1. You're watching the OLLU Saints Nationwide Classic on the OLLU Saints Network. So Moreno coming up to plate here. So Alyssa popped up the second, back in the second. Batting .400 now on the season. Saints men in basketball dropped their game to the University of Houston today. We'll get that final score for you as soon as we can, which might be their final game of the year. We don't know. The way the COVID year is gone. If so, it'll be a completely road-traveled season for them. Played 8 NCAA Division I teams. As Coach Dial said, it has been a challenge fighting opponents. It's 2 balls and no strike to count there. Playing New Mexico, Rice, UIW, UTSA. Strike there, 2-1. Now University of Houston. Stephen F. Austin. Also had a game with UTEP scheduled, but that one was canceled because of COVID. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. So if you look on the bright side, they were able to raise some money with those trips. So nice little travel game checks. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Over to short. At what away for Moreno. Eileen Campos coming up to the plate now. Eileen Campos coming up. Kenna Kennedy in the on-deck circle. With 1 out here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. So we're running a little later on schedule because of some extra innings the last game. Coach Bruce telling me earlier he's upset at himself as he 5th inning of the game prior to this. He went to the umpires and coach of Bellevue said, hey, we might start early. Houston and Ottawa didn't like that, so they went to extra innings. So Coach Bruce said he was a little upset with himself for jumping the gun. A little superstition there. So fouled off there. 1-2 the count now to Campos. Coach Lennington telling the team, he's asking them what do they think, what do they need to do to be ranked, to be a ranked team. And he told them you have to beat ranked teams to do that. And the opportunities here this weekend is getting to play Bellevue 3 times. Missed the first opportunity. You really would like to get this one. To get 2 out of 3 from them. But it's an uphill climb right now, trailing 4-1. Swing and a miss there. Strike 3, 2 down.
Right fielder, number 24.
So Urick picks up her first strikeout here in this game. 3rd strikeout of the season for Urick. It's Kenna Kennedy coming up to the plate now. Kennedy 1 for 1 with an RBI. There's a couple of hits against him, but that was popped straight up in the air. And a collision. And able to hold on to it is Egan.
For the Saints in the 4th.
And that'll do it for the 4th. Top of the 5th coming up. Saints trailing 4-1. You're watching the OLLU Nationwide Classic on the OLLU Saints Network. And welcome back, everybody. 4-1 lead here for Bellevue as Russell leading things off. And the pitch there For the ball, 1-0 the count. That's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike the count now. So the men's basketball still going on. The game's still going on against the University of Houston right now. And it's all the University of Houston right now. 5th ranked team of the country in the NCAA. 137 right now. With 7 minutes left to go, second half. 2 balls, 1 strike. And a strike there. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. That's going to be pulled foul. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Russell. Russell 250 now in the year with a home run, 6 RBIs. She doubled back in the first and grounded out the first back in the third here. And the Saints, something they've struggled with is getting that first out of an inning. Right now we got a full count at 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. .75 pitches now by Ramirez in this one. Not bad. And that's popped straight up in the air. Ramirez gets it. 1 away. So grabbing that first out.
Number 16.
And so Amanda Plasek checking in. 1 for 1 with an RBI. It's also walked today. And she makes her way up here. So ball, 1-0 the count to Plasek. And has to be there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike here, the count to Plasek. Again, doubled and walked in the game. 500 on the year with 1 RBI. That RBI came earlier today. The 1-1 pitch coming here from Ramirez. Up and away out of the zone, 2-1 the count. 2 balls, 1 strike there. And that's up high, ball. 3-1 the count. Three balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Pitch, ball. So a runner aboard now. And that 1-2-3 inning still elusive for the Saints this weekend. So runner board with 1 out. As Ellie Bleemeister to the plate here. First pitch there for a ball, 1-0 the count. One ball, 1 strike. The pitch, that's going to be pulled foul towards the netting on the Saints bench. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Bleemeister popped to short in the first and doubled back in the third. 308 on the year with an RBI. And a 357 on base percentage. And that's up and away out of the zone. And 2-1 the count. Now on Bleemeister. Got the 2-1 Fouled back, evens up 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Very different day today than it was yesterday. Sun is out. Not a cloud in the sky. Wind blowing from left to right. From the wet dreariness of yesterday. This count stays 2-2. A sunny 77-degree February afternoon here in San Antonio. High of near 80 expected. So that's fouled away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's it high up in the air, and it's going to go out of play. And the count stays 2-2 with the runner aboard. So the pitch count really starting to tick up now for Ramirez with some of these long at bats. Some of the problems that Ciro Martinez had yesterday, where some Bellevue players were having long at bats against her. Up high, coming over and making the catch, Villanueva. As Felicity Villanueva brings it down, and that's going to be 2 down.
Kelsey Arnold.
So Kelsey Arnold now coming up to the plate. 0 for 2, struck out twice. As Angela Ramirez set up in the circle here. That's going to be low ball, 1-0 the count for Ramirez. And that's pulled foul. Count evens 1 ball, 1 strike. This nearly takes the bucket out from underneath coach, or the stool that he's sitting on today. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. That's inside, throw back over to first, back. Time called by Plasek. She readies herself. And swing and miss that one. Strikeout number 4 there for Ramirez, and we will head bottom of the 5th. Saints need to start it going soon here. Trailing 4-1. You're watching the OLLU Nationwide Classic on the OLLU Saints Network. And welcome back. Bottom half of the 5th coming up here. After this weekend, the Saints will be hitting the road. So we'll take on Texas Lutheran On the 13th, they'll have a couple of games on the 13th up in Seguin at Texas Lutheran. They'll be taking on Texas Lutheran 2 o'clock, then a 4 o'clock start time against LeTourneau University coming down from Longview. Then on the 14th, they'll take on LeTourneau at 1 o'clock, and then back at 3 o'clock against Texas Lutheran before they return home on the 20th against St. Thomas. 1 o'clock, first pitch for that one. LeTourneau out of Longview. Ever in Longview and across from LeTourneau, they have a place, Bodacious Barbecue. Bodacious Barbecue across from LeTourneau University, the best barbecue in the state of Texas you're going to have. It's right across the street there. They open up at 10:30. There's a line outside the door, and they keep serving barbecue until they run out that day. So Veta lead things off here. DeAndre Veta, the pinch hitter, coming up. And I'm guessing Gus is at it again. Yep, Gus was at it again. So first pitch there, 1-0 the count to Veta. The 1-0 pitch coming from Urick. That's just over. So 1 ball, 1 strike the count here. One ball, 1 strike, the pitch there. It's going to be a ball, 2-1 now. As Urick has come in and pitched very well in relief of Rockford. And that's strike, and the count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes here. Nelly Garza, the on-deck circle. As Veta watches that one low and away for a ball, 3-2 now. And showing patience here at the plate. That's fouled, 3-2. It's good to see some patience here because the Saints batters really have not made Urick work a lot. Just 44 pitches now that she's thrown in this one compared to the 89 that Ramirez. Oh, so she's out of the box on that one, so it's going to be an out. So violation there from Veta. So Garza now coming up to the plate. Garza sends it foul. 0-1 the count. No balls, 1 strike here. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Top of the order due up next with Kaylee Luna. And that's fouled back in the count. 0-2. To Garza. No balls, 2 strikes. Up high, ball, 1-2. And off the plate there, 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, one out here. To check the swing, and she said she went around. So 2 down now. So 2 down, and Kaylee Luna coming up to the plate here. Luna 0 for 1. She has walked. Saints have been held to just 3 hits in this one. They have a total of 4 total base runners. That's going to be grounded right over to Kidman to first, and that'll do it. 1, 2, 3, they go. Top of the 6th coming up. Saints trail 4-1. You're watching the OLLU Nationwide Classic on the OLLU Saints Network. And welcome back. Maya Montero to lead things off for the Bruins as the first pitch is going to be low and in on the dirt. Want to know the count to Montero. Singled back in the second, flied to center, batting .091 this season. It's Montero, the freshman from Corona, California. And the 1-0 pitch, that's going to be popped up as Villanueva called off there, is coming in to make the catch from right field to Esparza. And here comes Gus, as Gus is about to be...
Entering the game, Gus.
As Gus about to be tossed from this one. They're going to show him the showers soon.
Number 8, Caitlin Kidman.
So Caitlin Kidman, the leadoff coming up, who's 2 for 2. Scored a run. She's reached base every time. She's walked. And that's popped up in the air. Coming over, Luna will make the catch. And that's a good sign, able to get her out. As 2 down now.
Number 19, Manisela Egan.
Manisela Egan to the plate now, who's 1 for 3. Scored a run in this one. She steps up here against Ramirez. It's Ramirez now. 95th pitch coming. Must be low and in for a ball. 1-0 the count. Egan singled in the first and scored a run. Popped up to the catcher back in the second and struck out swinging in the fourth. .455 average this young season for her. The home run, 5 RBIs, and a .571 on base. Watches that one drift away, and 2-0 the count. So 2 balls and no strikes coming. That's a called strike, 2-1 now. Angelo Ramirez getting the strike across there. Ramirez, 4 strikeouts today, also 4 walks, and she's given up 4 runs. Here in 5 2/3. And that's fouled away, evens up the count, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 coming. Up high, 3-2, full count. And called strike 3. 3 up, 3 down. A rare thing we get to say here this weekend for the Saints there. And we'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Saints trailing 4-1. You're watching Saints Softball and the OLLU Saints Network and the OLLU Nationwide Classic. And welcome back. Bottom of the 6th inning. Maddie Nunn to lead things off. That one right. Lighter the 3rd. And 1 pitch, 1 out. Not what we're wanting. Coming up, Joanna Gonzalez is 0 for 2.
Joanna Gonzalez.
So Gonzalez with 1 out, steps up. Not having the day she had yesterday. Catches a bit of that ball there. So it caught some spin coming off the bat, foul, and 0-1 the count to Gonzalez. So Joanna, the junior from San Benito, Texas. Balls, 1 strike. Ariel Montgomery in the on-deck circle for the Saints. 0-1. That's hit sharp there to Russell. Over to first, 2 down. So 3 pitches and 2 outs here for the Saints in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Ariel Montgomery.
So Ariel Montgomery now coming to the plate. And that's going to be to Russell. Scoops it up, throws it away. And Montgomery will reach on the air. And so that is going to bring up Ulesa Moreno, who's 0 for 2 coming up.
Third base, number 8, Ulesa Moreno.
So Moreno coming up with a runner at first and 2 outs. Villanueva in the on-deck circle for the Saints. And pops it straight up in the air. And not able to get to it. Hoggett. So a strike. No balls, one strike now. So Alexis Valdez in the on-deck circle, and she will be up to pinch hit if the opportunity arises here. And that's going to be low ball, 1-1 the count. Now here for Moreno. Popped the second, back in the second, and grounded to short back in the fourth. We've got a reprieve there after Hoggard not able to grab that one. Now in foul at the count 1-2. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Montgomery at first base. One, 2 count coming. And the pitch. That's fouled off. 1-2 stays the count. That's popped up in the air, and that's going to come up foul. And it stays 1-2 as that one went straight back. And the 1-2 pitch. Fouled off and stays 1-2 here with 2 outs. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Shurik with the pitch. Fouled back again, stays 1-2. As Moreno fighting off Urich here. Look out for a change up here. And does she go? And they're going to call it on the check swing. 3 away now. Top of the 7th coming up. Saints trailing still 4-1. You're watching Saints softball. The OLLU Saints Network here for the OLLU Nationwide Classic. So Ashley Young to lead things off for the Bruins here in the top of the 7th inning. Young has flied to left in the first, doubled to center back in the 3rd, and walked in the 4th. 462 on the Young season with an RBI. Looks the pitch here from Ramirez. Up high in the air. Maddie Nunn races up for it, gets it. 1 away.
Number 17, Lauren Urich.
So Lauren Urich now coming to the plate is 0 for 2. As the first pitch coming here for Ramirez for a strike. 0-1 the count to Urick. Urick, a sophomore from Bellevue, Nebraska. Bellevue High School West. That's popped straight up in the air. Matty Nunn calling off. Brings it down at 2 away. As Matty picking up the can of corn on that one. 2 outs. And it's coming up now. Lauren Russell. It's the first pitch up and away for a ball. For Russell, the freshman from Denver, Colorado. With a 1 out, or 1 ball, no strike count here with 2 outs. Russell doubled to center back in the first, grounded out in the third, and popped out in the 5th inning. It's 2-0 the count now after that ball. So 2 balls, no strikes. That'll be a strike there. 2-1. "105 pitches now by Ramirez. That's it high in the air. Coming up and grabbing it. Estrada with it. 7 in a row retired there by Ramirez. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Do or die for the Saints. We'll take a break. You're watching Saints Softball on the OLLU Saints Network. The OLLU Nationwide Classic. And welcome back. Bottom of the 7th. As Caitlin Esparza lead off for the Saints here. Caitlin Esparza coming up to the plate here. Bottom of the 7th. Last chance for the Saints here. Trailing by 3 runs here is Urick trying to close out the Saints. As she has pitched fantastic here this one. That one's going to be low. 1-0 the count. And Alexis Valdez again on the on deck. That's it high to left. Back going, but able to run it down in left field. And coming away with the catch there is Egan. So Alexis Valdez now coming up to the plate. With 1 out. She'll step up here with Urick. And that's it. It's going to straight to center. And picked up there by Montero, 2 away. So Saints down to their last out here Coming up, it's going to be Abigail Elizondo, the freshman catcher. Out of San Antonio
Number 20.
to the plate.
Elizondo.
Elizondo 1 for 1 today. Fouls that one back and going to fall foul. And 0-1 the count. The pitch there. Ball, one strike. Saints have been held to 3 hits in the game. 5 total base runners. Asking if she went around. They're going to say yeah. Might as well stop asking every time it says yes. So 1-2 the count. That's it. Over the reach of Kidman. And a base hit. All the way to the wall. Coming around first on her way to second. And a stand-up double for Elizondo. Now 2 for 2. So Elizondo 2 for 2. 2 for 2 on the season. And a pinch hitter coming up again for the Saints. It's Devin Miller, the freshman from Marion, Ohio. Coming up to the plate. River Valley High School. Had surgery in the offseason.
Now batting number 18, Devin Miller.
Had surgery on the tendons in her shoulder this season. They clipped out a tendon. And she's ready to go. It's 2 outs here. Saints trailing 4-1. The tied run is in the on-deck circle. So the pitch here to Miller. Her first at bat here of her collegiate career. That's 2 balls and no strikes now to Miller. At the 2-0 pitch. Swings and misses at that one. 2-1. Kind of got her tied up there. She went up and in on it. And she went for it. Saw it high, but it cut in nicely by Urick. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. That's going to be set. Rounder right over to third. Russell over to first. That's going to do it. Saints are going to drop this one 4-1. They're going to drop to 1-2 down the season.
1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left.
And Bellevue has answered big from their first loss of the season as they've won 3 in a row now. They're now 3-1. Saints will be back on the field here in a moment as they will be taking on Ottawa of Arizona. We'll take a quick break, and we'll have that for you here in a moment as you are watching the OLLU Nationwide Classic on the OLLU Saints Network.